Haters are great, and haters are actually our biggest fans.
This fucking guy who's no longer with us, and
Yeah.
I'm friends with his girlfriend, told me, bro, trust me, he was broke.
Want to create the body that they feel, the body they want, not have to appease 11 judges that they don't even know.
Rich Piana became one of the most popular figures in the fitness community thanks to his bulging biceps and larger-than-life personality. What were his thoughts on steroids? Rich Piana and bodybuilding. Rich Piana, 46, was a pro bodybuilder from Florida who kept over 1.2 million followers on Instagram hooked with his muscly selfies. He took the internet by storm in the final years of his life with his ripped social media posts, workout plans, and supplement business. In 2016, he revealed he weighed a whopping 22nd, and that number was actually down on previous gains. Fitness was in his blood. His mom is a bodybuilder too and introduced him to the sport when they lived in their native California. Piana was introduced to the world of weightlifting when he was 11, after going to the gym to watch his mom train for a competition. Keen to follow in her footsteps, he entered his first competition at the age of 15, where he failed to place. After a number of failed attempts, he turned to steroids to help his training and saw greater success in the field. He placed 7th and 11th in national bodybuilding championships and was even named Mr. California in interstate competition. Rich no longer took part in bodybuilding competitions in his final years, spending his time catering to his massive online following and promoting his business. He launched several sports ventures and sold merchandise, supplements, and endorsements. In 2016, he launched a Bigger by the Day challenge, which promised viewers they would gain 30 pounds of muscle if they followed his diet and workout routine. But in August 2017, it was reported that Rich overdosed at his Florida home and was fighting for his life. Was Rich Piana on steroids? Bodybuilder Rich Piana was a highly successful athlete whose death came as very sad news in the fitness industry. Many people had suspected that he at least occasionally took anabolic steroids, but it was only after his passing that the full extent of the damage became clear. There was a lot of speculation for most of his career. For more than 30 years, Piana injected his body with anabolic steroids and was thrust into the spotlight in 2016 when he openly admitted he uses the drug to gain muscle mass. Rich admitted to taking steroids in a 2016 video where he spoke about having taken steroids for the previous 27 years. But though Piana was open about his drug use, he maintained that he was not bragging or encouraging steroid use in others. He also claimed nobody in the competitive bodybuilding industry could compete without using performance-enhancing drugs. Instead, Piana claimed that he used his platform to educate those who were going to use them on how to use the drugs properly. If you have the choice to stay natural and do steroids, stay natural. There's no reason to do steroids, you're only hurting your body, you're hurting yourself, he explained in a YouTube video. If you want to become a professional bodybuilder, guess what? You're probably going to have to fucking do them. You're not going to have a choice. He estimated that, at his peak, he was spending $2,500 on growth hormones per month, with steroids on top of this. He also spoke about several side effects that he encountered. More on those shortly. But it wasn't until he suddenly passed away in August 2017 that the full extent of his drug use became clear. The police report obtained by reporters at TMZ Sports highlighted some shocking truths and resulted in headlines like bodybuilder Rich Piana had 20 bottles of testosterone. He also had battled opiate addiction, which led to serious health issues. Was there early evidence that Piana took steroids? A native of Glendale, California, Rich Piana took up weightlifting at an age when most kids rather play with action figures and video games. Thanks to getting his start at 11 years old, he quickly found success as an amateur bodybuilder. In fact, by the age of 18, Piana had already claimed first-place honors in a number of competitions. In 1989, he won the National Physique Committee Mr. Teen California contest. A decade later, he earned the NPC Mr. California title, which set the stage for a lengthy career as a pro bodybuilder. Gracing the covers of numerous fitness magazines, Piana looked superhuman in many of his photos. Ironically, he made a brief appearance on TV screens as the Incredible Hulk in an episode of Scrubs. Of course, he spent far more time in front of his own camera making videos for his YouTube channel. And many of those recordings featured Piana speaking openly about taking anabolic steroids and other performance-enhancing drugs.
What's the answer? The answer is I should be doing this for myself, and I should be, wanting to look the best I can look, where I look in the mirror every day, and I'm happy with myself.
There are several physical signs that Rich Piana started taking steroids at an early age. Taking anabolic steroids has a proven impact on human vascularity. This isn't the same as popping veins upon achieving maximum pump during a workout.
It's always been a big part of my life. You know, looking good is something that was instilled in me as a little kid. You know, my mom was a competitive bodybuilder, so she was very into how she looked.
If you take a lot of steroids, you'll see those veins even when you're relaxing on the couch. And looking back at images of Rich relaxing, you'll notice that he always had visible veins. Steroid usage also leads to a condition called gynecomastia, or enlarged soft breast tissue. Rich talked about this a few times in videos where he mentioned that he actually had to take medication to deal with it.
The people that are competing are obsessed and addicted, so I'm gonna make my body the way I don't like it for a $10 trophy.
That would have meant that he wasn't willing to give up the steroids in favor of reducing these testosterone side effects. This is the main reason that athletes take steroids and other drugs, as it can significantly speed up the bulking process.
I'm living in my skin. Bodybuilding, it's about appeasing those judges. You know, whatever they tell you need to change, you go to the gym and they're trying to appease that judge.
And looking at photos from Rich's teenage years to winning his first major events, there are signs that he was bulking up a lot faster than normal.
Top pro bodybuilders, you know, and I am not a pro. I'm not competing, yet I have a bigger fan base. I have more, you know, followers.
Unfortunately, that sudden growth can lead to other health risks like kidney and liver damage. Rich Piana once said, "Bodybuilding is not my main objective in life. It's just something I do on the side."
When the time comes that you walk in a room and no one cares about you, or you post a picture and no one comments, you know, that's when things aren't good.
So I would never in a million years risk ruining my health or ruining my future to do bodybuilding.
If you're a judge and I come up to you and I'm gonna say, what do you think I need to do? I think your arms are a little too big. Okay, well, I don't want my arms smaller.
Piana won his first event at 19, the Mr. Teen California competition. He then went on to compete professionally and eventually won Mr. California, all the while later admitting to taking anabolic drugs.
The outer shell is very important, you know, and that's not necessarily a good thing because it's more about looking good.
Piana never shied away from talking about using anabolic steroids. Rich Piana never tried to hide the fact that his massive muscles got a chemical boost from anabolic steroids. In fact, he admitted to using them since the age of 18 in a 2014 video posted on his YouTube channel. Although he pointed out hair loss, adult acne, and unwanted weight gain as potential side effects of using anabolic steroids, Piana also reinforced that he did not abuse them. 2 years later, he posted another video in which he advised viewers not to use anabolic steroids at all. "If you have the choice to do steroids or stay natural, Piana said. "There's no reason to do steroids, you're only hurting your body and hurting yourself." His YouTube channel, which currently has 1.22 million subscribers, also features plenty of other content that has nothing to do with PEDs. Piana frequently promoted his business, Rich Piana, 5% Nutrition, gave advice about diet and fitness routines, and provided an inside glimpse into his personal life. But a year after warning viewers about avoiding steroids entirely, Piana suffered an unexpected demise: Rich Piana's passing. On August 7, 2017, Rich Piana collapsed while receiving a haircut from his longtime partner and fitness model, Jansen. According to a police report, she tried to catch the former bodybuilding champion, but his size and weight proved too much to handle. Piana struck his head during the fall.
He fucking spent all his money on everything. These fucking people can't even get Snickers like mine. Like
I know who you're talking.
Jansen attempted CPR but could not revive him. Paramedics found an unknown white powder and a credit card on a table.
I waited all this time to say anything about it because I want to respect his death because I love Rich. His whole body was filled with something. But it wasn't what people think.
Police reportedly found 20 bottles of testosterone in his home.
His whole body was filled with silicone.
I just said that.
Yeah.
He used to go to South America at first. He met this transsexual lady who used to do it out of her house.
Although Jansen told first responders Piana had overcome opiate addiction, they gave him 2 doses of Narcan in an attempt to revive him in case an overdose occurred.
And he learned how to do it. I have photos of him actually doing it. His calves, his back, everything. His ass was all silicone.
However, Piana did not regain consciousness. He got transported to a local hospital and got placed into a medically induced coma.
Silicone is the most dangerous thing to put in your body. Imagine your whole body fucked. So that, the combination of all the other shit he was doing.
The beloved bodybuilder perished 2 weeks later by the age of 46.
That's why you never shrink with that either. I mean, like it's there, it's permanent.
Right,
It doesn't.
right.
Your body doesn't metabolize. What it does is it encapsulates it.
An autopsy report obtained by Men's Health revealed that Piana had significant signs of heart disease.
That shit is fucking deadly. It goes in the fucking
Yup.
vein, and you could
100%.
die not today, but you could die later on if it breaks off.
Although the report did not draw a direct connection between his death and his well-documented use of anabolic steroids, insulin, and other substances, drug involvement could not be ruled out. A few months after Piana's tragic death, Jansen spoke with Men's Health about warning signs he showed in the days leading up to his sudden collapse, before delivering a clear message about the importance of keeping loved ones safe.
They use fucking industrial shit.
Yes,
like Home Depot.
he's right. The trainers get
Fucking
their
Home
shit
Depot.
off, and
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
clean.
She said, "I hope partners realize that while it's important to be supportive, you have to be firm and stern. I did the best I could, but he was an extremely stubborn guy."
Rich looked good. His chest looked good, and I know his chest was injected. He looked good. It didn't look bad. I was told he was a master at it.
All I can say is learn the warning signs, learn CPR.
He was amazing at doing it.
You could tell his muscles weren't real, but
Yes.
they flowed right. It was aesthetically, he did it right.
Piana's girlfriend after his passing. In a video entitled "Clearing Up Rumors," fitness model Chanel Jansen furiously denied a bag of white powder found at Piana's home was cocaine. Nor does she believe 20-stone Piana's use of steroids contributed to his death at the age of 46. In a video released on Piana's YouTube channel, she explained why there were 20 bottles of steroids in the home and other things. Heartbroken Chanel went on to describe the traumatic weeks following Piana's collapse when she held a vigil by his bedside. No one will ever know for sure what caused bodybuilder Rich Piana to suddenly collapse and later die in August of this year. His autopsy officially ruled his cause of demise as unknown, but indicated heart disease as a potential factor. Apparently, Piana displayed some warning signs in the days leading up to his sudden collapse that all pointed to an eventual major cardiac event, according to Chanel Jansen, his longtime girlfriend. In an interview with Men's Health, Jansen revealed the details of Piana's health in the days leading up to his collapse. She hopes guys will learn from Piana's passing the importance of taking care of yourself and listening to your body if something feels off.
So now am I gonna change my body and make my body the way you want my body to be when I don't even know you and you're not even in my life?
That's all for today's video. See you next time.